Let's go over here and check out the financial results for 2024. All right. So we've got Cover Corporation's 2024 results here. So this is the Q3 of 2024. Now, one thing to note here, and this is very important, is that we're dealing with financial years, and these are not calendar years. So I know this is confusing. So you might think, wait a second, we're not in the third quarter of 2024. No, but in terms of our financial year, we are. So we're going to have one more quarter, and then in, I believe, September, we're going to reset. And this is going to be it's going to be fiscal year 2025. This is very standard. A lot of governments and corporations start their the fiscal years in September, right? It's a very common one in America, or some other time during the year. They don't do January 1 to December 1. They do not do that. Typically, it's for tax purposes and reporting purposes. So, all right, before we get into like combing through the actual documents, 49 pages, let's get to some highlights provided by our girl Rima. She did a really good job putting this together. So I want to give some props to her because she did a good highlight on Twitter. So I want to go over some of the highlights that our girl Rima put here on Twitter. So the results are in. The revenue is 30.1 billion yen. Operating profit is over 62% up year over year. And the net profit is 41 billion yen, right? So that's a good profit right there, 4.1 billion Japanese yen, which is up 65%, right? Now they've got merchandising and licensing are their own top revenue sources, overtaking streaming and concerts. So their IP is taking over. Their IP is actually selling. So Cover used money earned mainly through their VTuber streaming, like an agency. So there you go. They ended up making more money now on merchandising licensing, which is huge. This actually shows that VTubers are becoming a brand. So in the beginning, it's more of a personality. The streaming funding is covering that. But when you are finally selling more merch, which by the way, I'm not there. You know, when Legal Mindset merch overtakes streaming revenue, that's when you know you're big. It's like Mr. Beast. You know, like Mr. Beast, he makes a lot of money on streaming, but not as much as he makes on selling other stuff. This is actually really huge. And let me not understate this, because, for example, this is the thing that the West has failed on, right? The West has completely failed on merchandising and licensing. If you look at stuff like Star Wars, that used to kill it in merch, that is going to absolutely... that they used to just destroy it and selling Luke Skywalker's, Han Solo's, the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, that's done. That's gone. They nuked that. They destroyed that because they destroyed that IP, right? It went the other way. Versus VTubing, look at where it's going. It's going up. They're selling more merch. It's building, right? LM Daki Makuro, man, you guys are going to get the body pillow soon. But yes, Japan has been really good about handling its IP. And frankly, it shows you that merch is always the thing. In fact, a lot of times what people understand in the East and what they understand in anime is meant to sell merchandise. So anime is not put out for money. Anime is put out to sell merchandise, to sell manga, to sell light novels, to sell figurines, to sell lunch boxes, to sell mouse pads, to sell swag, to sell shirts, dakimakura, tangas. I mean, just to generally merchandise, you know? Anime is a commercial for other stuff. So that's what they understand, and that's what the VTubing industry does. And look at Hololive. The difference between Hololive and Niji is this. Niji is literally taking everything bad about Japan and all the negative things about Japan and showing the world all of the negative things about Japan and how bad Japan can be on certain areas like law, like labor law, like international contracts, right? That's the bad side. Hololive is the contrast. They're showing, hey, this is where Japan gets it. Where Japan is kind of based and they're kind of winning is they understand merchandise. They understand making money. They understand targeting different audiences. They understand that there's some things that boys like and girls like. That doesn't mean that only guys can watch female VTubers and only women can watch male VTubers. They understand, yeah, there's a secondary market there, but like when you're primarily marketing to people, you need to focus on the primary market. And sometimes it's based on gender. Oh my God. Sometimes marketing is based on gender. Oh my God, it's crazy. Shonen is targeted towards boys. Oh my God. They get that. And Hololive is winning because of it, because they're focusing on what is good, what works, what is universal, what is universally true, what is universally beloved. Global domination is next. Niji does not focus on North America. Cover focuses on North America and Asia. Expanding events, merchandise for overseas fans. We're going to get to this. We're going to get to this slide in the actual document. And then they're going to do metaverse and gaming. So they're developing Hollow Earth, an anime-style metaverse, and Hollow Indie, a brand for fan-made games. Big investments made for long-term growth. Okay, let's get into this. This is going to be huge because putting money into a metaverse that you know people are invested in. The problem with most metaverses is that people are not bought into it. But imagine if your Oshi is already bought into this metaverse. Oh yeah, you're gonna be content creating big in the metaverse. Content creating big in the metaverse. So let's get into it. Now, some pages I am going to go a little bit faster through. So just understand, if I go a little bit faster through something, that's probably the reason why, because I feel like it's not as relevant, right? So starting out here, we got just the financial results, Cover Corporation. You've got the FY 2024 financial results. You can see they're up year over year in revenue, up over year in profit, operating profit, and best of all, net profit. The best thing here, and look, this is not hashtag financial advice, but the best thing is they're up in profit. So a lot of companies, and I'll tell you this from focusing on companies that I've studied, like Disney, for example. Oh, did I not share that screen? Oops. Okay. A lot of companies like Disney, they will focus on revenue, right? In the US, they'll focus on revenue, but revenue is not including all of the expenses they need to take out and all the liabilities. So what you want to look at is that net profit, or even the operating profit is decent, but like you're looking at how much money are they working with after you've taken out expenses and liabilities. And because they're telling you, hey, our net profit is up, we are more profitable than last year, that is massive. 85 VTubers, 88.41 million subscribers. Their yearly revenue is 355 million Japanese yen per VTuber. Per VTuber, guys. That's not total, that's per VTuber. And I know what you're thinking. Andrew, I don't do these Nihongo dollars. What is that in America bucks? What is that in freedom cash, right? Well, in freedom cash, in Liberty dollars, that is $2.3 million. $2.3 million. $2,300,790 per VTuber. Per VTuber, guys. 2.3 per VTuber. Sheesh. If one flesh tuber makes that, if I made $2.3 million, guys, I would have a freedom harem. I'm just saying. Like $2.3 million? That's a lot. Now, of course, this is true, and I see it in the chat. 20% of VTubers make 80% of the money. That's true, but it doesn't matter. All of that's going to Cover Corporation, and Cover Corporation can continually reinvesting and support their smaller creators and subsidize them with the profits of the larger creators. So you see streaming is up, merch is up, concerts are up, licensing is up. All of it is up. They beat their forecasts. They beat their predictions. Okay? In these categories. All right, so look at this. Current status of growth. This is important. Look at this. They are gaining in the English language and overseas. They're gaining in English-speaking countries, gaining in Indonesia. Jakarta time, baby. This is exactly the opposite of where Niji is going. Bye. No, once again, hold on. I really have to put a banner up for this one, actually. Not financial advice. Okay. It's more the buy meme. It's the buy meme. Right? But this is the exact opposite of what we saw with Niji Sanji. With Niji Sanji, we saw these numbers declining. We saw this going down. So this is really bad news for Niji Sanji. If Niji Sanji does not show growth in this next quarter, it's going to be really bad for them in the market. Really, really bad. The parroting intensifies. Yeah, you can hear parrot now. All right, current revenue per VTuber. Look at this. This is quarter over quarter. They're going fucking gangbusters. So quarterly revenue per VTuber, annual revenue per VTuber. When you analyze it, it's very smooth. But obviously quarters can vary because some quarters people donate more than others, right? So Q4 is supposed to be your big quarter, usually Q3 and Q4. So we're not even hitting their biggest one, kind of yet. So they're projecting, based on their trend, that their Q4 is going to be massive. They're projecting a massive quarter four. Right? Look at this. So to me, I'm just seeing W's here. So they're up in their areas of gross profit, operating revenue, gross profit, operating profit, and net profit. So they're up in all areas. So look at this. Booming of concerts and events. Fest Expo related revenue in quarter four was about 2.4 billion yen. Several medium, and let me pop myself in the corner here. Several medium-sized live concerts contributed to the revenue. You better believe they're going to be doing more events. You better believe they're going to be doing more events. Merchandise and quarterly sales hits record high. Shipments of made-to-order products have progressed smoothly. The product distribution store network has expanded. Guys, and remember, here's the huge one, guys. They are making more money before they even open their US branch. Remember, Cover is opening up a merchandise distribution branch in California, unfortunately, but in the US, they're opening up a branch to streamline and increase distribution of merch to the US. They're going to make so much more money when they've got their network in the US. They're gonna destroy. Seasonality due to made-to-order merch and large-scale events. Made-to-order merchandise is recorded as an advance payment on a balance sheet at the time of order receipt and recorded as sales on the income statement at the time of shipment about 3 to 6 months later. Most of the pieces of made-to-order merchandise are anniversary items such as the VTuber anniversaries. Sales tend to be posted in Q3, Q4. Larger revenue in Q4 compared to other quarters due to large-scale events held in Q4. So all of the big money is going to come in Q4. And we're not even there yet. I'm sure the shareholders want to know. So the scaling up of Fest Expo. Fest Expo is significantly scaled up. It's an opportunity for creators and fans to feel the growth of the community. The revenue size is 2.4 billion yen. It's 30% increase compared to the previous year. A lot of audience members there. There's a historical trends in the cost of sales. In Q4, the cost level rose due to increases in production costs and performers' remuneration against a backdrop of increase in merchandising transactions in addition to large-scale event-related expenses. So, you've got increase in costs, but they're still ending up making more profit. Yet despite the fact that costs are going up, they're making more profit. Let's skip some of these, right? So we know they're making more profit. Okay, here we go. The service mix and the products mix. And so the mix is changing. They're expanding their retail sales channels to help grow the product purchasing consumer base. So you see here, you've got merchandising and licensing, which once again, as your IP is worth more, this is going to grow. And you can see the IP is growing, streaming is shrinking. If you're making all of your money on streaming, that's not good. That is not good. You should have some products you are selling. Streaming is not like, it's like labor versus IP, right? You want to switch to your IP being worth more. That's good. Yeah. And I do agree, like getting better labor laws is important for these guys, for all VTubers. All right, so medium to long-term strategy. So here we go. Here's the strategy of Yahoo. All right. Let's see what we got. Together, let's create a culture loved by all. We're continuing to build a platform to bring together unique and diverse content creators with the latest technology exposed to a new, exciting, high-quality experiences every day. We're about bringing the best 2D entertainment loved by all, regardless of age, gender, or nationality. To bring this to fruition, we continue to challenge the norm. So what are they going to do? Well, obviously, they're gonna continue to do live streaming. That's not going to change. They're going to build that. They're going to do more events. But here we go. They're going to build up on real and digital merchandise and also continue to license out more IP. Okay, so here we go. Here's the strategy. So number one, establish the VTuber business. So they've kind of done that. They've fostered a passionate fan base. They've recognized the brand establishment of Hololive, the modeling, planning, production, and processing of video. They do that. So they've got step one. Step two, evolve into IP, diverting IP to MD, merchandise, and licensing out. Promote cross-selling by marketing through diverse channels for product sales. Widespread penetration amongst generations and regions familiar with anime culture and the culture of oshikatsu, supporting your favorite things in various ways, such as admiring and supporting idols and characters. So, honoring your oshi. And then the medium-term goal, which is establishing of a creator economic zone. You know what that sounds like to be like a free trade zone? Like that really sounds great. Expand into content areas such as anime and video games. Expand opportunities by creators by diversifying products and services. Reach even the mass population with low awareness of VTubers. Let me tell you right now, if there is an anime based on Hololive, it will make everything go nuclear. If there is a Hololive anime and it is good, it will be a total takeover. it's done. If there's a Hololive anime and it's good, it has to be good. It can't be shitty. It can't be shitty. It will kill. And I know there's like some teasers. I know there's some like stuff there, but I'm talking about like a professionally produced, mass marketed anime, right? More than what's out there for Hologra. I know you guys, I see you saying Hologra. I see you saying it, but you know, another level. And I know Morty Callipy is in the Suicide Squad anime, but like more than that. I'm saying a proper Hololive where like they are the main characters, you know? Because look, guys, I'm in a lot of communities that talk about anime, right? So I go on, for example, like Flashcast, and I go on my friend Brandon, the anime guy, his anime stream. A lot of these guys are into anime, but they're not into VTubers. But if the people that were into anime, if the level of people into anime were also into VTubers, it's over. Because look, let me put it this way. I was getting a taxi ride from Hua Hin in Thailand, Hua Hin, those are familiar with Hua Hin, to Bangkok. And my taxi driver was all decked out in Demon Slayer stuff. She was wearing like a Demon Slayer hoodie. She's got a Demon Slayer pillow in the back, like all Demon Slayer swag all over her car, right? I just imagine like if instead of Demon Slayer, it was Gura, or it was Bae, right? Or somebody else. That would 100% destroy in terms of market, in terms of everything else. Anyways, let's continue with the analysis here. All right. Expansion of the creator economic zone through extended reinvestment. So cover VTuber streaming for fans, development of IPs such as merchandising, development of mass targeted content to anime and games, provide content globally to a diverse environment, expand awareness among fans who enjoy the content, participation in the community, forming a passionate fandom, give back to creators and reinvest in content development. So strategic partnerships, holding overseas events, content localization, securing overseas local production and distribution networks, partnering with local overseas merchant media companies and sales agents. Smart moves. Smart moves. So they're going towards large-scale music videos and TV animation series, going into the metaverse, going into larger anime content, card games, apparel, figurines. So first, you have the VTuber native generation familiar with VTubing, then the younger people familiar with anime and oshikatsu, then everyone who enjoys entertainment, right? So they're saying they're only taking right now they've only got a slice of the VTuber direct market. Not even all of it. They've only got a slice of the VTuber direct market. What they're going for is the entire anime market. They're going for all of this. They're going for the global anime market. They're going to take over. Their business plan is to expand in investment, right? So they're putting more investment in certain areas. For example, in music videos, anime, short videos. So they're already saying they're going to put money in it. They're going to collaborate and purchase multiple IP products by cross-selling. So they're going to engage in these ways to expand and nurture their fandom. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so let me go through some other, they're going to have obviously some partnerships. Expanding shores in North America. So they're going to start sales in Los Angeles in September 2023. Boom! And then they're going to start sales somewhere in 30 stores in Tokyo, Japan. And then also in Indonesia within Dummy. They acquired a project for local national instant noodles through a local agent in Indonesia. Recognition spread widely and quickly among local fans. There you go. Shout out to Indonesia. So they know they need to expand abroad, unlike Niji. So they're going to try to cross-sell for products like trading cards, for example. Obviously doing more events, kind of key there. All right. And then I guess they're giving a summary here of their different businesses. So Holo Indie. So that's born by creators in principle with a revenue share model with a brand for derivative work games using our IP. So indie game creators can publish games using our IP under the relevant brand. I think this is ingenious. This is ingenious. Allowing fans a method to make money. See, the problem is with most fandoms. The problem is if you look at Nintendo, if you look at Star Wars, if you look at Warhammer, they all drop the literal hammer on any type of derivative work. But they're saying, hey, no, we don't want to do that. You guys go out there and you create the derivative work, and we're going to give you our blessing. We'll even help you. And we're going to share the revenue. By the way, they don't have to share the revenue. They could take all the revenue if they wanted to, but they say, no. We're going to share the revenue with you. That's brilliant. That's what so many other brands should do, but they're too fucking greedy. They're just too fucking greedy. Right? Derivative works are a great way to grow your brand. And Hololive realizes that. Also licensing out to game developers and then doing Hollow Earth, the metaverse platform. So a lot of those costs are not going to be on primarily Hololive. They're going to be on other people. So Hololive is going to get a share of all this money for not having to do much work. Like the collaboration to do this work is pretty easy, and they're just going to print money. Here we go. Anime Look Metaverse Hollow Earth is going to launch in 2024. Look at this. It's going to be awesome. $2 billion of development assets at the end of March 2024 is recorded as software assets. So they're going to start looking at collecting on this. What, this year? The open beta? I mean, I just think that's going to print money. It's got Sword Art Online for sure. It's got Sword Art Online feels for sure.